Hello guys, and welcome to this new tutorial. In this video, we'll create the following healthcare interactive dashboard, which is about heart failure. We are going to visualize the different features and get the values which may cause heart attacks for individuals. We will start by visualizing the categorical variables using donut charts, then continuous variables using histograms. As you can see here, we'll get two different categories, survived or died. So died in red color and survived in green color. We'll also use sex as filter. For example, for female, get the following. For male, get the following. So we select all. We'll also use box plot and scatter plot for relationship between variables. And finally, we'll create the KPIs. As you can see here, we have total individuals, total deaths, total males, total females, and average age. But first, let's talk about heart failure. So by definition, heart failure is a condition that develops when your heart doesn't pump enough blood for your body needs. The term does not mean that your heart has stopped. However, it is a serious condition that needs medical care. For some statistics, we have more than 6 million adults in the United States have heart failure. And if we click on causes and risk factors, we can see the different causes of heart failure. As you can see here, it is often caused by other medical conditions that damage or overwork your heart. And some examples are given in here. For example, we have high blood pressure and other conditions like obesity and diabetes. They also cause heart failure. For more details, you can find this link in the description if you want to learn more about heart failure. So now let's explore our dataset in Excel. As you can see here, we have a dataset that contains 12 features and one target. The target is death event, which is binary, which can be 0 or 1. So 0 for survival and 1 for death. We have also 5 categorical variables. So we have anemia, we have diabetes, we have high blood pressure, we have sex, and we have smoking. So same thing, for example, for 0, we have non-smoker. For 1, it's smoker. Sex for 1, it is male. 0, it is female. 1, it is, so we have high blood pressure. 0, it means negative, etc. We are going to use aliases in Tableau in order to place these values. Then we have 7 continuous variables. So we have the age, we have creatinine phosphokinase, ejection fraction, platelets, serum creatinine, serum sodium, and we have time. All right. So as you can see, we have 12 features and we have one target variable. So now let's start working with Tableau. As you can see, when we import our dataset, by default, all the values are selected as measures. What we are going to do is that we are going to convert our categorical variables into dimensions. So we start by death event. We click on death event, convert to dimension. Same thing for high blood pressure, convert to dimension. Sex, convert to dimension. Smoking, convert to dimension. And same thing for diabetes. Then we are going to right click on that event and we select aliases. So we set for 0, it means survived, and for 1, it is died. Okay. So for diabetes, same thing, right click, aliases. So it is negative, right? And it is positive. Okay. High blood pressure, we do the same thing. And positive. Okay. So for sex, we have said 0 is for female and 1 is for male. Okay. Smoking, we have same thing, aliases. So 0 we have non-smoker, and for 1 we have smoker. And the last one is anemia, right? So convert to dimension and we are going to select aliases. So we have negative and we have positive. Okay. Now we create our first donut chart. So we drag and drop that event into color, and we start by anemia. So we drag and drop anemia into detail. So we convert this one into pie, and we convert anemia into color. We increase the width and the height of the chart, right? Same thing, we press Ctrl key and we drag and drop anemia into the angle. We select count, measure count. And same thing, we press Ctrl key, drag and drop anemia into label, that event into label, and the count into the label. For the count, we are going to select quick table calculation, so percent of total. And for the color, we are going to select summer. Assign, apply, OK. Now we double click on rows, we write 0, OK. Press Ctrl key and duplicate the value. We'll go to the second chart, we remove everything. So we decrease its size. Same thing for the first one, so that we will not have issues when creating the dashboard. OK, and we select dual axis. Entire view. We can also decrease a little bit like that. OK. And for the color, we are going to select black, right? And we are going to format this sheet because we are going to duplicate it 4 times. OK. So to do that, we start by the axis. So we remove the title. We remove the tick marks. Same thing for the second axis. We remove the title and we remove the tick marks. Alright, click on the sheet format and we are going to remove the 0 line. Alright. For shading, we are going to select black. And for the border, so I'm going to remove the column divider and we are going to add the header in white. Alright. Same thing for the font, so we select bold white in 8, and same thing for the title, so I'm going to select anemia, right? Survival stars. So you put it in the middle, white, bold, and we select 11. Apply, OK. Format title, and we're going to select the border. Alright. So like that, we get our first donut chart that we are going to duplicate 4 times. So right click on sheet 1, duplicate, and we go to the first chart, right? This one. We remove everything about anemia. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we do the same thing. So we have diabetes into detail. We select color, and we press Ctrl key diabetes into angle. We select count. So press Ctrl key diabetes into label and count into label. So we put diabetes before death event, and we are going to select the percent of total. For the color, we are going to change it into summer. Assign, apply, OK. We're going to change the title. So write diabetes, apply, OK. We hide the card, and like that we get our donut chart for diabetes. We do the same thing for high blood pressure. So we duplicate this sheet. Same thing, we remove everything related to diabetes. Drag and drop high blood pressure into detail. Change it into color. High blood pressure into angle. And we select measure count. So press Ctrl key, high blood pressure into label and the count into label. We put high blood pressure before this and we select percent of total. The color, it's gonna be summer. Assign, apply, OK. Here we are going to change it into high blood pressure. Apply, OK. We duplicate one more time. Duplicate. So we remove everything related to high blood pressure. We drag and drop 6 into detail. We convert it into color. Press Ctrl key 6 into the angle and you select count. Alright, so press Ctrl key 6 into label, count into label, and we put 6 before that event, and we select percent of total. We select the color summer, assign, apply, OK. And we change the title. So here we have 6 survival status, right? Apply, OK. And the last one is gonna be smoking. So duplicate. I have said smoking, right? Apply, OK. So remove everything about 6. And we drag and drop smoking into detail. Convert it into color. Press Ctrl key into angle. You select count. Press Ctrl key smoking into label. Same thing for the count. Smoking before that event, and we select percent of total. Same thing for the color. We choose summer. Assign, apply, OK. So like that, we get the 5 donut charts for the different categorical variables. Now we are going to create the histograms for the continuous variables. So you click on new worksheet and double click on age. You click on show me and you click on histogram. We drag and drop death event into the color, and we are going to select red for death and green for survival. So edit color, green, and for died we select red. Apply, OK. Now we are going to format this sheet because the same thing, we are going to duplicate it 7 times for all the continuous variables. We start from this axis, we remove count of age. So we remove bin. OK. Right click on worksheet, format, shading, it's going to be black, and grid lines, none. For the font, same thing, bold, white, 8. And for the borders, for the pane we select white, and for the header we select white. Same thing for the title, I'm going to write age, survival status, right? And put it in the middle, bold, 11, and white. Apply, OK. We add the border for the title. So like that, we get our first histogram for age. And same thing for the remaining, we are going to just duplicate this one in order to get our results. So right click on sheet 6, duplicate. And same thing, we remove that event, we remove count of age and age bin, right? You double click on creatinine phosphokinase, show me, histogram, and drag and drop that event into color. I'm going to remove the title. Same thing for bin. We copy this and we change our title. So for age, change it like that, apply, OK. And like that, we get the second histogram. Duplicate, remove that event. So remove both the rows and the columns. Double click on ejection fraction, histogram, drag and drop that event into color, and we do the same thing. So remove the title in here, double click, we remove bin, we copy this one, and we change our title. Apply, OK. So this one we hide the card, and for the second also we hide the card. We let only the legend for the first one, okay? So that when we create our dashboard, we are going to select only one legend. Same thing, duplicate this one. So we remove this, remove, same thing for that event. Platelets, double click, show me, histogram, and drag and drop that event into color. We remove this one. We remove bin. Press Ctrl key, and we are going to change our title. Put it in the middle. Apply. OK. Duplicate this one. So we remove that event. We move the count. Remove the bins. So double click on serum creatinine. Show me histogram that event into color. Right. We remove the title of this one. We are going to remove bin, and we copy this one to change our title. Double click on the title, platelets, put it in the middle, apply, OK. So duplicate this one, duplicate, we remove the count, serum sodium, right, histogram, and drag and drop this event into color. So remove this title, we remove bin, we copy, and we paste this one in here, right? Apply, OK. And the last one is time. So duplicate, remove, and remove. Double click on time. So we have histogram, death event into color, and we are going to remove the title of this axis. And same thing in here, we remove bin. We copy and paste to change the title. OK, put it in the middle, apply, OK. So like that, we get these 7 histograms for the 7 continuous variables. Now we are going to create a scatter plot for age, time, and survival status. So to do that, we duplicate this one. So duplicate, and I think we just change the title here. So for the space, apply, OK. I think same thing here. Just double click on the title, remove this space, apply, OK. Same thing for this one. So remove the space, apply, OK. Apply, OK. Alright, now we have set age, time, and survival status. So I'm going to change it to age, time, survival status, apply, OK. So we remove that event, we remove the count, So drag and drop time into the rows, age into the columns, and we convert both of them into dimension. So click on age, convert to dimension, and same thing, we click on sum of time, convert it into dimension. We drag and drop that event into color, and we click on shape, we change it into the filled circle. So like that, we get our scatter plot for age and time on the survival status. Now same thing, we are going to create another relationship chart, which is box plot, to show the relationship between age, sex, and survival status. So we are going to duplicate this one. We set age, sex, and survival status, right? Apply, OK. So we remove that event, we remove the time, and we remove the age. So drag and drop age into the rows, sex into columns, and that event into columns. We select the average, and we convert it into box plot. So as you can see here, sex is automatically set into detail. So drag and drop sex into the columns, right? And we click on analysis. We deselect aggregate measures. We select the entire view. And like that, we get our box plot. So we can hide field labels for columns. Like that, we get the age, sex on the survival status, right? Now we can also right click on the axis, edit reference line, and you can change it into blue. OK. So like that we get our box plot. We can also decrease the size of the circles. Now I'm going to create our text sheets. Click on new worksheet, and we are going to create 5 calculated fields, right? So the first one is total individuals, right? Same thing, we copy this one and we create our string. Apply, okay. Next one is total deaths, right? Same thing, copy this one, paste, apply, okay. Next we have total males, right? Copy and create our string. Then we have total females. Same thing in here, total females. Apply, okay. Then we have the last one, which is average age. Apply, okay. So create the first one, which is total individuals. We drag and drop total individuals into text. So we hide the title. We drag and drop also this event into text, and we select count. So we increase its width, and like that we get the total individuals. So we have 299. So I'm going to format that. Shading is going to be in black, and it's going to be bold in 11. Okay. So duplicate this sheet. We remove the label. Drag and drop total deaths into the text, and same thing, death event into text. We select count, and we drag and drop death event into filter, and we select type. Apply, okay. So we have 96 total deaths. Same thing for the first one. Format alignment, we put it in the center. Same thing for this one, we put it in the center, and we duplicate this one. So duplicate, so we remove everything, remove total males. So we select this into text, and same thing for sex. We select count. We also select sex as male. Apply, okay. So we have 194 males, right? Duplicate this one. We select total females into text, okay. And for the filter, we edit filter into female. Apply, okay. So we have total females 105, and finally we have the average age. So we remove everything. We drag and drop average age into text, and age also into text, and we select the average. So like that we have our KPIs. Now create our dashboard. So click on your dashboard. For the size you can select 1900, and for the height we have 1050, and we drag and drop our worksheets. Okay, so we have the first one, the second one, third one, okay. Okay, so like that we have all the donut charts. Okay, that's great. So remove the legend, right? Okay, and we drag and drop the text sheets, right? So we started from sheet 15, so we put it in here, and for dashboard format we put everything in black. So hide title, and I'm going to put it like that. Okay, so we add another one. Okay, Same thing, hide title, hide title, hide title, and hide title. Right, so put it like that. Okay, perfect. Now we can just put him in the middle like this. Same thing for this one. Same thing for this one. And also this one. Okay, now we drag and drop the histograms. Okay, so we start from the first one, then we have this one. Okay, okay, and like that. So decrease the size for the donut charts, right? Okay, right, like that, like that. Okay, perfect. This one we are going to select it as floating, right? And we put it in the middle in here. We remove this one and we add the remaining. Okay, so here we have the other one, this one, this one, and this one, right? So the box plot we can put it in here. So I'm going to drag and drop this one like that. Okay, perfect. So this one here, box plots. Okay, perfect. Okay, put this. So as we have said, we're going to put that event as floating and we set it in here, right? So hide title, and we are going to format our legend. So format legends, font it is white, and the border is going to be in white. Okay, same thing here, we are going to add the filter. So filters, 6, and we select it as floating. So select floating and we remove this section. So same thing, we are going to put it in here. We select single value drop down and we're going to format that. Border in white, apply. Okay, we can decrease its width and we select apply to worksheets. So apply to worksheets, selected worksheets. So we're going to select one or the worksheets except the text worksheets. Okay, so select all and we get our dashboard, right? Now I'm going to add the separator for the KPIs. So select dashboard, floating, double click on blank, layout, background in white, and you select it as separated line. Okay, so copy and paste that 3 times. Put one in here. Put another one in here, right? Like that. And also like that. Okay, perfect. So if we select the presentation view, we get our final dashboard. As you can see here, for example, if we select died, we get the red color. If we select survived, same thing, we get green color. And also if we change sex into female, we get our results. Same thing for male, we get our results. All.